Hey Awaken friends, Chris here and welcome to your flow. I'm in Byron Bay, standing right down across the beach, the most beautiful place at Elements here. And so I thought I would come and kind of dial into a fun little flow with high vibes, medium vibes, or low vibes. You'll be able to choose your own adventure through this by clicking on the screen at different places, and they'll direct you to parts of this class depending on where your energy's at. You might start low, go medium, go high, or come in at medium, and that's it for the day. Whatever you feel, this is a class just for you. But we'll all start warming up together, so you can come down to your hands and knees onto the mat. We're just going to start in a cat-cow and really start to find some energy here as we arrive onto our mat, just centering in. And we're just starting to bring our chest forward, opening up nice and bright, collarbones towards the front of your room, your space, or the sun in my case. And exhale, articulating the spine as we just roll it up. Gaze is moving towards the toes, the heels, the back of the room if you can see between your legs. And inhale, coming forward. And I just invite you to start to focus on your own internal energy and where that is today. Exhale, coming through. Inhale, opening up. If your vibes are low today and you just want to do a little bit of movement, that's perfect. We've got some nice stretches, some nice calm movements to start off in this class. Coming forward. And if you feel like a little bit more, adding some heat, adding some more dynamic movements, then you can click on the little cards on the screen and we'll move to there after this warm-up. And now, just as we're coming back to center, let's just move a little bit around. If you're in your low vibe space, maybe it's just gentle movements over the wrists. If you're in kind of like more of your medium vibe space, maybe it's a gentle movement forward and a gentle articulation back. And then if you're in your high vibe space and you're here and you're ready to flow, then maybe it's got some more dynamic movements, maybe some gentle bending through the elbows and the knees, where the hips are moving back as you're coming forward. Just starting to feel into that nice stretch here. When you're ready, coming back to center, I'm just going to add a little bit of balance. Now, if you're in your low vibe space, maybe just sitting here and keeping to breathe and finding a nice breath that's just moving in and out. And maybe connecting to that as it's moving in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're in low vibes, just chilling out here, letting your breath move in and out, feeling your shoulders stacking over wrists and your hips over your knees. If you're more of your medium and high vibes, let's start to bring our left hand out in front of us and our right foot out back behind us. And maybe just gazing back to make sure the toes are pointing down towards the ground. Just holding steady here for a moment. And whichever you're a medium or it's high, let's just bring our elbow to our knee. One time. Our low vibes people are just chilling, just breathing through this at the moment. Then hand and foot down. Coming to the other side, let's bring our right foot out first. Just make sure the toes are pointing down towards the ground. Sorry, that was left toes down out first. Right hand out first. Holding for a moment, feeling length, stretching out our spine. And then bringing our elbow to our knee. Doming that spine again, just a nice articulation as we're just starting to awaken our body, our practice, and connect into our space. Walking our hands back, let's sit to our knees. So our heels are just touching our tailbone, our bum's just nestling nice and in. We're going to bring our hands into our lap and then bring our hands on a journey with us. On an inhale, as our fingertips move up above our head in a high prayer, and exhale, bringing our thumbs down, just grazing past our nose, just touching our heart center and opening down. Inhale, hands come up above us, fingertips touch. And this time can we cactus our hands, really opening them up on the exhale, gentle opening at the back. And then inhale, bringing the hands forward in front. And exhale, bring the thumbs just to touch the nose, maybe past your chin, and then just touch the heart center and open back up into our lap. 2 more times like that. Inhale, fingertips go high above the head, maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, cactus those hands to 90 degrees, gentle opening at the back. Inhale, bringing the hands forward so they touch just in front of us. And exhale, thumb to nose, just down across the chin, into the heart center, and opening back up into our lap. Inhale, fingertips just above the head. Gaze is up. Maybe the back's just a little bit more open. Nice heart opening. Exhale to cactus those hands, 90 degrees. Inhale, bringing the hands forward in front of us. And exhale, thumb to nose. Just touching maybe past the chin and pressing a little bit more firmly into our heart space. And opening back up. And I invite you for the rest of the class just to notice that little heart space that you press quite firmly into. Let's try to bring our attention down to there. So we're not sitting in our head all day. It doesn't matter whether we're the high vibes, medium vibes, or low vibes. It's just feeling that little nice connection into that space. Bring our hands back down to the mat. We're going to tuck our toes and raise ourselves up into a downward facing dog. And if it's the first dog of the day or it's your 100th, it doesn't matter. Maybe there's a nice gentle bend in the knees as we just start to pedal out into this space. Just feeling out side to side, feeling into our space, and a nice connection here. And then when you're moving back into center into more of a static hold, what would it be like to have your hips moving a little bit further up towards the top of the room or the back of the room? Maybe the heels are moving towards the ground a little bit more, just waking up those hamstrings. A gentle bend is perfectly amazing, especially early in the class when the sun is just rising. It's the best way to start your day and just to tell your body that we're going to be moving a little bit here. Coming up to the balls of the feet, can we just drop our heels down to the right side of the mat? Just stretching open our side body. Coming back to center, balls of the feet, keeping our heels high and those hips high, and moving the heels down to the left side of the mat. And going back to center. And holding here, keep those heels really high, and move back across to the right side. And feel that really nice stretch all the way down the left side of the body. As those hips are moving to the side of the mat. Heels back up onto the balls of the feet and across to the left side. Nice open stretch down the right side of the body. Coming back to center here, lifting up high so our hips are high, bending the knees. Let's roll the spine all the way through. Now for our low vibes people, coming straight down to our knees, maybe for medium and high vibes, wherever you feel today, and coming back into our nice static tabletop here and just connecting to our breath. For anybody looking for a little bit more, heels are coming towards the back of the room as the knees lift. And we're just really holding into this space, connecting into our plank, letting our body just start to feel a little bit more of the day, of the energy moving through us. And ever so slowly coming down to the ground. Elbows will graze past our chest and arriving down. And we all just bring our hands just under our shoulders and gently press up into a cobra. And exhale coming down. And inhale coming up one more time. And if you're low vibes, maybe keeping your hands here. Medium and high vibes, just lifting up a little bit. Lifting up your hands just so you can feel the strength through the middle of your back. And exhale down. Pressing back up so that our hips are coming over to our heels and sitting back into our hero's position. And arriving here. Take a nice deep breath in and bring your knees out to the side of the mat. Hands will move forward. We're going to move into a child's pose. And this will be the basis for moving to each level of the class. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. And now on your screen will be the different cards to jump between the different levels. If you want to do it all, please come on the journey. If you're ready for just a small moment of it, then let's go and pick whatever's right for you. For those who are in low vibes, can we move back to our hero's position and really elevate up our chest, hands into our lap. Let's take a deep breath in just to center, to connect into our bodies. Just to tell our bodies that we're here, we're ready to do a little bit of work to wake up. And coming up onto our knees, let's bring our right foot to the top of the mat into this nice Ardha Anjaneyasana. Our hands will raise up above us. Just a nice lowered lunge to wake up all the muscle fibers in our hamstrings, in our legs. We're going to bring our hands down as we're just going to rock back a little bit. We'll lift up, just a gentle Ardha Hanuman, and then move forward. Hands up. Exhale, moving back. Inhale, moving forward. Exhale, coming down. One last time. Maybe a gentle hold and keeping a nice bend in your knee. Here. And inhale, coming up. Hands down, framing a right foot, right knee back to left, and sitting back. And resting up. Taking a nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Inhale, coming back up, so our hips are stacking above our knees. Let's bring our left foot forward to the top of the mat. Toes are facing up to the front. We're in our nice, lowered, supported forward lunge here. We raise our hands up above our head to create this nice Ardha Anjaneyasana. And we're going to just rhythmically fold forward. Moving back to Ardha Hanuman, we do the other side. Keeping a nice, gentle bend in our left leg. Inhale, coming forward. The idea of this is just to bring a little bit of movement, like the waves crashing out behind me. It's just a bit of movement to wake up our body, to get some energy flowing through, and to kind of feel a nice juicy stretch through those hamstrings and those connective tissues that are connecting up to your hips. Oh. Very good. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, hands coming down to frame the left foot back to right, sitting back to your heels, bringing the knees out to the sides of the mat, and stretching forward into a nice child's pose. Forehead down to the ground. Take a deep breath in here. And what would it be like to have that breath starting to move to the back of the lungs, maybe up near your shoulders, the top area that we never really focus on whenever we think about breathing. And exhale, let it all go. Stepping back up, coming back onto the knees, lifting ourselves back up into this nice elevated position. Hips are tracking over the knees. We're going to bring the right foot forward again. Coming back up into our Ardha Anjaneyasana. With this, we're really opening these hip flexors as we stretch them open, hands above our head. And we bring our hands down to our heart center, nestling into that position that we started in the nice warm-up, and twisting around to the right. And then coming back around to center. And twisting back around to the right, opening up and maybe taking the hands with you as you stretch open and coming back. And third time round, twisting around, nice gentle twist, and open up. And back around. And then sitting back, down, bum to heels, and resting in. Inhale, coming forward, hips just above, tracking above our knees here, and then bringing the left foot forward to our Ardha Anjaneyasana. Hands raise up. Really feel the length here. And as you get to the space where your hands are above your head, you're lifting those shoulders. So our shoulders aren't punching up into our ears. Shoulders are rolling back down the back. We're kind of focusing so our hands are pressing up, kind of lifting, creating this length through the spine. And hands will come down into prayer, nestle back into that nice heart center space, and twisting around to the left. And coming further forward. And twisting back around to the left and opening with a wobble up if it feels right. And then coming back. At center. And one last time. Moving around. Feeling that nice opening, the twist through the shoulders, through the arms. And then coming back. Hands framing left foot, left knee back to right. Sitting back to our heels. And taking a nice centering breath in. As we move into this nice, calm and connected space. With intention, with thought, with focus. Hands will come down into the mat, we'll tuck our toes, and lift ourselves up into a downward facing dog. And just pedal out this dog a little bit, connect into it, feel it stretching open, maybe a really nice gentle bend in the knees to preserve that lower back.
And then coming to the balls of the feet, let's tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe all the way up to the top of the mat. And bending forward, nice bend in the knees here, maybe gripping the elbows, and a nice ragdoll as we gently roll around. Coming back to center, holding the space in this nice forward fold, and bending the knees, and let's roll vertebra by vertebra all the way up to stand. When we arrive, let's roll those shoulders open so that our palms face the front of the room, the space, the sun, the outside, wherever you are. And let's put some intention, lift our 10 toes and grip them down into our mat. And then feel the outer edge and the inner edge of each part of your foot really grounded here. Bringing that grounding energy up through our thighs, either activating a little bit more, switching on. Our tailbone's pointing down towards the ground. Our chest is lifting up. We can feel this length through the spine, almost like a nice string. It's moving all the way up to the sky, keeping us grounded and centered, but elevating and lifting up. And with our hands open and forward to the front of the space, let's take a deep breath in to our Uttanasana. And exhale. This time inhale as our fingertips move up above. Our gaze may follow, just gently opening up and cactusing our hands open. A gentle heart opening to the sky. And inhale, bringing our hands forward in front of us. Our palms touch. And exhale, bringing those thumbs just to graze your nose. Touch your heart center. And let's gently fold forward, hinging at the hips with a gentle bend through the knees. Calm down. Inhale, coming up to our fingertips. With a length through our back. And exhale, bending the knees and stepping ourselves back into our supported plank pose with our knees down. And then bringing ourselves all the way down to the ground. As we arrive here, our hands underneath our shoulders, pressing up into our cobra. And exhale, again. Pressing up into our cobra, maybe lifting our hands to feel the strength through our back muscles. This will really develop really strong back muscles, which will preserve and protect your lower back from aches or pains or pulling it. And exhale, coming down. And inhale, coming up. And again, maybe moving the hands or using them for support. But these cobra muscles that you're developing, well, not really cobra muscles, but the muscles that you're developing by doing cobra and these gentle back bends really help support over time from throwing your lower back out. I used to throw it out all the time from doing lots of gym and running. And after doing so many of these, it just strengthened so I barely ever pull it out. Alignment now. One last time. Inhale, lifting up. Again, hands can come away or hands can stay supported. The other one are great for twists. So if you're ever in the car and you twist around, you feel like you pulled your back, doing lots of twists in yoga helps alleviate those problems. And down. And pressing ourselves back, coming across our knees into our hero's pose with our bum moving towards our heels. And inhale, raising our hands up above our head, bringing that lovely energy from the day, bringing it down as we cactus open, gentle heart opening above us. Inhale, bringing our hands forward so our palms touch. And exhale, thumbs touch your nose, maybe your lips, maybe your heart center, and opening back down into your mat. Hands coming to the top of the mat. We'll tuck the toes so you lift those hips back up and high. And gently walking it out, feeling that space. Coming to the balls of the feet. We're going to tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, we're going to bring our fingertips just below our kneecaps, lengthening out. And exhale, folding down. Inhale, rolling ourselves up, vertebra by vertebra. Rolling, 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 stacking. And then shoulders coming forward and open to the front of your space. Take a deep centering breath. Inhale, fingertips move up, above, touching high. Exhale, cactus open. Inhale, bringing the hands forward in front of you, palms touch. Exhale, thumbs past the nose, lips into your heart center, and opening back up. All right. Inhale, fingertips above the sky, above you. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips, maybe a gentle bend in the knee as you calm down. Inhale, lifting up, fingertips to the mat, and then stepping back into our supported plank pose.
and gently coming down towards the ground. And just one cobra here. I won't make you suffer through lots of them. And exhale down to the mat. And pressing ourselves back and through, we'll arrive back into our hero's pose. Bringing our knees out to the edge of the mat. And then bringing hands forward into a nice child's pose, full hipping. And take a breath here. And this will be a holding spot for us as I start to move into the next phase of this class. So if you're done here and that's it, maybe move to a cool down. There are playlists that you can jump into, or if you're ready, coming back into our child's pose, and I'll get ready to move us into the medium sized class. All right, everybody, we're going to move into our medium vibes class. This is a nice couple of sun A's and sun B's to help you connect in, dial into your space, and get into your movement. Coming with our hands up, we'll let it flow gently above us, fingertips will touch, and exhale, cactusing open one time. Gentle heart opening up to the sky, to space. Inhale, bringing your hands forward to the front, just in front of your face. And exhale, thumb past your nose, maybe your lips, touching into that heart center again, and opening up. Hands will come on the top of the mat. We'll tuck the toes and we'll lift up into our downward facing dog, keeping a gentle bend in our knees to preserve that lower back as we just keep connected into our space. Maybe a nice little pedal out just to come back into a movement. If you flow through the low vibes, maybe you're starting to feel that as your hips are elevating and moving up towards the space behind you. And our heels are moving down towards the ground. Coming up to the balls of our feet, let's tiptoe, 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 all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, fingertips just below the kneecaps as we lengthen out our spine like a long Uttanasana spine. Keeping a preservation of our chest here. And exhale, bending down. Maybe a nice bend in the knees to fall down into your space. Inhale, we're going to articulate the spine, rolling vertebra by vertebra. As we roll all the way up, hands flowing open to the front of your space and arrive into Uttanasana. Hips really nice and tight as we've got our glutes pointing down towards the ground, gripping those inner thighs, rolling our shoulders nice and open. Inhale, flowing our hands up, gaze moves up, fingertips high, cactus open, gentle heart opening here. Inhale, rolling our hands moving forward, it's a nice dynamic movement. And exhale, just letting those thumbs touch past your chin, your nose, nestle into the heart space, and open back up to our Tadasana. Inhale, flowing our hands up to the sky, fingertips touch. This time bringing the hands straight down as we hinge at the hips, chest moving forward, nice hinge at the hips, bend in the knees as we come down. Inhale, coming up, fingertips to the ground, and stepping back into our plank pose, holding plank. It may be supported if that's your vibe today. Otherwise, keeping ourselves into our nice plank pose, holding here with a little bit of strength, a bit of energy, a bit of grace. Elbows grazing past the chest as we come down to the ground. We're going to lift up into a cobra, moving straight away into it. If you're ready and it's open, we're lifting ourselves up into an up dog and our thighs are off the ground here. Really feel that space. And exhale, rolling over the toes if you came with me on the up dog, or if you're in cobra, moving through plank and coming back to downward facing dog. And take a deep centering breath in here. Feel your space, feel your vibe. Feel these medium vibes starting to build in to our body. Coming to the balls of the feet. Let's hop, skip, or teleport to the top of the mat. Bringing our feet just shoulder distance apart. Lifting up. Fingertips come below the knees and lengthen out our spine. And exhale, fall down. Inhale, rolling ourselves up. Shoulders come last as we open to the front of the space. Our room, continuing this nice breath movement. Inhale, fingertips above. Exhale, cactusing them open. Inhale, rolling the hands forward to the front into this nice little prayer and bringing those thumbs past the nose, lips, nestle into heart and opening forward. Inhale, flowing back up. Fingertips touch. Hands follow straight down as we hinge at the hips. Chest coming nice and forward. Bend in the knees. And exhale down. Inhale, fingertips to the ground, lengthening out. And let's step back, or you can float back into our plank pose. And hold here for a moment, feeling that space. Heels moving towards the back of the room. And then gently coming down towards the ground. You can arrive into chaturanga if you're in the medium vibes and this is what you feel like, and then lifting up straight away into our upward facing dog. And exhale, rolling over the toes, and back to our downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Feel the length, feel the stretch. Go into the ball of the left foot. We're gonna lift the right foot up to the sky. And can you just bend the knee a little bit so that the foot's moving over to the outside of the body, and we're looking underneath the right armpit here. And then bringing that knee back to the center, we're going to step the right toes up to the right thumb. We're going to pivot the left back foot to 90 degrees as we rise up into our warrior one. And pivoting open to warrior two. So your back foot turns to 90 degrees. We arrive, we bring our arms out from our shoulders, really lengthening out. And we've got a nice focus. And our right knee is tracking over our right ankle. Flipping both palms, let's lift up, straightening the front leg, and coming up to a flying warrior. And exhale, moving down. Inhale, coming forward one more time, lengthening that front knee. And exhale, back. Hands will move over, so left hand comes down to meet right. Hands frame the right foot back to left. If this is a little bit much, remember knees down for a supported plank. But holding ourselves here, and ever so slowly and gracefully coming down towards the mat. Arriving into chaturanga if that's your vibe, coming all the way down into a nice cobra. But if you've arrived into chaturanga, rolling forward into a nice upward dog. And exhale, coming back. And through to our downward facing dog. Our nice static position. Shoulders are rolling open here. Hips are moving up high. Got nice length. Again, a nice bend in the knees to preserve the lower back. He's amazing at this point. But holding here. Coming to the ball with the right foot. Left foot will float up to the sky. And left knee, let's just open it up a little bit. So our left foot is moving across body and our gaze is going underneath our left armpit. Coming back to center. And let's bring our knee up, doming through the spine like we started in those cat cows. And our left toes will come up to our left thumb. Right foot to 45 degrees as we rise ourselves up into a warrior one. And again, we're really looking, this nice focus, hips are open, chest is nice and bright and forward. We're looking for this knee to make sure there's a really nice strong alignment here. And then pivoting open, right foot to 90 degrees. And we feel this coming out. Feel the length and strength coming out from your shoulders, pressing away. You're anchoring yourselves from both arms. Have a gaze back and just make sure you're in complete alignment. Flipping both palms, straightening the front leg. Let's fly up, flying warrior. And exhale, coming down. And inhale, coming back up. And exhale, coming down. Right hand comes around, meets the left, coming down to the ground to frame the left foot. Left foot back to right. Again, back into this plank pose. Supported, if that's your vibe today. Heels moving back to the back of the room. And ever so slowly coming down to the mat. And pressing up into our cobra. Moving into our upward facing dog. And exhale. Coming back to our downward facing dog. And breathe here. Take a deep breath in. Center yourself, connect into your space. Feel this moment, feel the vibe that's moving through your body. The time that you're giving yourself. Coming to the ball of the left foot, right foot floats up to the sky. Right knee moving back, so I've got a right foot just across. Gaze is under the right armpit. Right knee back to center, stepping that through, bringing the knee all the way up into the chest like you're hugging it through in this nice gentle hug. And then moving the right toes up to the right thumb. It may take a couple of steps, that's fine. Left foot to 45 as we come up. And take a nice deep breath here, centering ourselves. And then pivoting open into our warrior two. And breathe here, feel that length coming out. Feel your front arm moving you into the future, left arm anchoring you into the past. That keeps you present. Right now, both arms slip, fly up into a flying warrior, and exhale, coming back. Inhale, coming forward to flying warrior, and exhale, coming back. Moving the front palm to flow back to reverse warrior.
Left hand coming onto the leg. Gaze is following the hand, the elbow, looking up to the sky, wherever feels appropriate. And exhale, moving forward, bringing the right elbow down to the right knee and opening up into a side angle position. And breathing. If you're used to going deeper, you can bring the hand down to the ground. Whatever feels good for you. One movement, let's flow back. Right hand moving across. The next hand, exhale, both hands framing that right foot. Right foot back to left. Again, knees can come down if this is a bit strong. And ever so slowly coming down to the ground. You can, if you're feeling it, stand, land in chaturanga and roll over the toes. Opening up into up dog. Then rolling over the toes and coming back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Feel it. Connect in. Feel your space. Coming to the ball of the left foot, right foot. The left foot will float up to the sky, opening up. Again, one time. And coming back to center, feeling this nice connected space, bringing the knee up, sucking that up into your chest. Feel that strength, feel it. As left toes come up to left thumb, right foot opens to 45. And we flow up into our warrior one. Feel the length, feel the hips opening. Feel the left knee tracking over left ankle, and then pivoting open and into your warrior two. Feel that space, feel the connective moments. Flipping both palms, let's fly up. Fingertips touch, gaze goes up. Exhale, coming down. Flowing up again. Fingertips touch, gaze moves up. And exhale, coming back. Bring the front palm, we're going to flow back into reverse warrior. Hands move like a clock. Coming over. And exhale as we come through. Left elbow lands onto the left knee to move up into a nice side angle pose. Again, if your vibe is to go a bit deeper, opening it a bit lower is amazing. And exhale, one movement, flow back. Hand above. Any wobbles, perfectly natural. And exhale, hands framing the front left foot. Left toes back to right. Knees can come down. If it's a bit strong, holding here, moving down to chaturanga, going all the way to cobra, if that's your vibe, or rolling over the toes, and up into up dog, and exhale, coming back to downward facing dog. Because every class needs a little peak, kind of been opening you up and getting you ready for this one. So you're going to the ball of the left foot, the right foot will float up to the sky, opening the hip again. And then very slowly moving the left foot. So we're kind of turning the left foot towards the back of the mat, bringing the right toes down behind us and lifting ourselves up. And we're kind of just pressing away here. This is a nice strong position. We want the shoulder tracking over the wrist here. We want ourselves pressing up as we're reaching. You can keep the hands straight. There's a nice reach. You can keep it up to the sky to really feel it here. And moving down. If this is a bit much, we can do another alternative to it. And that's kind of like this nice open side plank, where you're just pressing up. But again, if you wanted to, you've dropped a foot over. And we're just moving. Hand coming back down to the mat, to the left side. Coming back to center into our plank pose. Again, if it's strong, knees are down. Heels are moving towards the back of the room. And ever so slowly coming down to the mat. And pressing ourselves up into cobra or into up dog. And rolling back over. And breathe here. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Let it all go. Go into the ball of the right foot. Left foot will float up to the sky. Bending the knee. So the left foot is kind of moving up to the edge of the body. Our gaze is looking underneath the left armpit. And we're just going to move. So our foot turns kind of almost horizontal to the back of the mat. We're on the outer edge of it. Toes are down behind us. And we're pressing up. Now, you can keep your hand here. Again, where I took you before was there is a side plank opening, which isn't as strong as this nice elevated lift. Up, hips are high, shoulders open. We're spiraling open. We've got our shoulder stacking over our wrist here, and we're really feeling it and pressing up into space. And exhale, coming back, hands back in alignment, back to plank pose. Knees can come down and move them to the sides of the mat and press ourselves back into a nice child's pose with our forehead down. Take a breath in. Deep breath in, deep breath out. It's been a fun moment so far. Quite a lot of energy, a bit of heat building up through these medium vibes. And if you're ready to come with me on a journey to more of a high vibes, I'm going to do some good little fun dynamic movements, keeping that same type of opening and flow that we were just doing. If you have just arrived into this for the high vibes, I suggest that you're warmed up. Again, it's your choice, it's your class. Maybe doing the medium vibes will kind of build up to where I'm going to take you for this. But we're going to move through some nice opening spaces, and our hips should be kind of nice and open, and so are our shoulders at this point in the class. Moving our knees together, sitting back into space, and let's start this with a nice centering breath. Fingertips will raise up above our head. Arriving, and exhale, cactus them open. Gaze up to the sky. Inhale, hands moving back in front of us. And exhale. Those thumbs just touching the nose, maybe the lips, nestling into the heart. Hands opening up. Inhale, hands coming up above us. And exhale, hands coming down and moving to the top of the mat. Let's tuck the toes and move back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. I've got grass everywhere from this lawn out here, but it's fun. Coming to the ball of the left foot, right foot will float up to the sky. Right knee is going to move up and touch the left tricep. And we're going to open it up to the side into this fallen triangle preparation here. And this nice strength, we're really opening that IT band, feeling that moving through the body. We've got this nice open length. Dropping the left heel down to the ground, we'll open ourselves up so the hand goes above the sky. This nice fallen triangle space here. Feeling the length and strength all the way through the body. Left hand coming down to the ground. Right knee lifts. Right knee might tap the right tricep. Then comes up to the sky. And then right knee is going to open. So the right foot's kind of sticking out behind us. Gaze goes under the right armpit. And bringing the right foot down to the ground and pressing up. And feeling this nice opening here. Feel the space. So kind of opened up. Hand coming back around. Right hand down to the ground. Moving into our plank pose, our knees will come down, moving our bum back towards our heels and coming through in this nice lunar lift. So our nose is close to the ground. We lift up into an upper dog, moving all over the toes, and come back to a downward facing dog. Coming to the ball of the left foot, right foot floats up to the sky, right knee comes up through the chest, and right toes come up to right thumb. Left foot turns to 45 degrees as we rise up into our warrior one. And we're in these nice, high fun vibes moments. We're quite open. And pivot open to warrior two. And we're going to flip the front palm and flow back to reverse warrior. And exhale, coming forward, right elbow to right knee. Bring right hand down to the ground and opening up. Flowing back one movement, fly back into reverse warrior. Gaze might follow the elbow or the hand. And then coming back up to center, hands come forward as our front leg straightens. And we're going to bring our hips back with us, pulling back. So we tip them forward, moving into a triangle position. Now you may step up a little bit to shorten the stance, if that feels better across your hip distance. Wherever is good for you, holding here, pulling the hips back as far as they can go, as you're reaching as far forward as you can go, and then tilt the hands like a clock. And now press down onto your shin to lift yourself up into triangle position, pose. And once you're here, you can, if you have the range, go down to the ground. But again, I find keeping ourselves pressing up keeps your hips from collapsing in. Makes it work really quite nicely. And then bringing the left hand down to the hip. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to drag the left foot with us. As we begin to move further out, we're going to lift ourselves up into a half moon. Now, our half moon position is our foot coming out straight from here. Chest is moving forward. You can have the hands on the hips.
which is a really nice position to be in. Or if you feel it, you can open them up, bringing the right hand down to the ground to support you on that journey. Maybe hand still on the hip. If you want to lift the hand up to the sky, go for it. If you want to bring the other hand and float, you do you. It's your vibe. Bending the right knee. Let's step the left foot back as gently as we can and lift ourselves up into a nice Uttanasana. I've got cords going everywhere. It's snuck out of my single. And exhale, hands down to the ground. Right foot back to left. Holding in a plank pose for a moment. Again, if this is strong, you can bring your knees down. Hold here for a moment. And then gently down to the ground. Arriving onto the ground here and bringing our hands back behind us. And we'll lift ourselves up. Just our chest first into a nice locust position. Keeping our toes and our feet down. Let's just feel this through our chest. And exhale, coming down. This time as we lift up, if it feels right to you, bringing the feet along with us. Palms are facing the ground. We've got length all the way through our spine. There's a nice line moving through our spine here. Toes are pressing or pointing towards the back of the room. Not pressing the back of the room. They're just pointing. And exhale down. And take a breath here. Take a nice centering space. And inhale back up. One more time. Feel this locust. Feel the strength in your lower back. Feel all the muscles firing. Keeping our neck in alignment. And exhale down. Hands coming onto shoulders. Pressing ourselves back over our knees. And coming back up into a hero's position. I'm doing that for a second as I tuck this cable back in. It's getting a bit crazy. Hands down. Tuck our toes. Let's get back to downward facing dog. And take a breath in here. Nice and strong. Feel the energy building in your body. Feel the heat building. Now you may not move through every one of these positions as effortlessly and as gracefully as you feel like. Some days I just don't. But over time and doing this practice multiple times will help you move in a way that just makes you feel really connected to yourself. Going to the ball of the right foot, left foot will float up to the sky. Left knee will bend, coming up through the chest. Left knee will come across and touch your right tricep rather, and then extend out to the side. So we're in the preparation for a fallen triangle here. You can feel the lengthening of our IT band, stretching through the hamstring, putting the right heel down to the ground, lifting open, and lifting up into this nice fallen triangle space. And exhale, right hand down to the ground, feel that length back through. Right knee lifts up, maybe it touches the left tricep this time. And it lifts back up to the sky, back up into our three-legged dog. Bending the knee, so our left foot is kind of facing just above our right hip. Gaze goes under our left armpit and gently rolling so the right foot's at 90 degrees. Toes pressing into the ground and lifting ourselves up. Hand can be high so that we're keeping a nice stack through the shoulders, or the hand can move overhead. And really feel this lengthening across our side body, pressing those hips up here. And maybe the hand comes down a little bit. Wherever feels good to you. Left hand coming down to the ground on the other side of right, rolling across the toes, back into our plank pose. Knees can come down if it's feeling a bit strong at this point. And then we're going to very slowly come down to the ground. Pressing back to our heels, tucking the toes, and coming up to downward facing dog. And taking a breath here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Coming to the ball, the right foot, left foot will float up to the sky. Left knee comes all the way up to left thumb. Right foot to 45 degrees. And then lift up into a warrior one. Take a breath here. Then expand yourself to warrior two. And breathe. Looking the front palm, let's flow back to reverse warrior. And gaze follows. Elbow, the hand, and then exhale, moving forward into our side angle pose. Elbows onto the knee, or down to the ground, wherever feels good for you. And exhale, flow back, one movement. Right hand above head. Reverse warrior. And then coming back to a nice warrior two, straightening the front leg. We're going to move these hips back with us. So we're really reaching further forward. Maybe stepping the foot in a little bit if you need it.
Go wherever you need to, but feel forward, nice, and then like tipping the hands of a clock. Tick, 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 down. The left hand hits your thigh, your shin bone, not quite your thigh, and presses you up a little bit. If you're feeling it, you can go down to the ground, but it really depends how open your hips are and what space you're in and what you're used to. And exhale, bending the front knee. We're going to put our right hand on our right hip here. We're going to try and drag the left foot with us, bringing it forward to the front of the mat. So we want to bring it up a little bit. And as we do that, we're bringing our chest forward. And we're just counterleaving the weight. We're just balancing across. As our right foot begins to lift, and we're kind of moving into this nice half moon. Our hips are moving up. So if you imagine your hips are down, you're rolling your hips up. So they're stacking on top of each other. Left hand can come to the ground. Right hand can be on the hip or up into the sky. And we're lifting up into our half moon position. And holding here, breathing in here. Breathe, 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 breathe. And then right hand maybe comes back to the hip, bending the left knee, and floating the left foot back. So land into this nice Uttanasana, this nice crescent lunge. Breathing up, feel that space. Feel the connected movement. And then exhale, hands coming down to the ground, framing the left foot back to right. Knees will come down. Heels move back, hips move back to heels. And then breathe, opening up through your mat, lifting up. Exhale over the toes and back to downward facing dog. Let's take a centering breath in here. Breathe in, feel your space, feel your connecting moment. Feel the juicy stretches that are really rolling through your body. Coming to the balls of both feet, bending the knees. Let's hop, skip or teleport to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, fingertips raise up just below the kneecaps, lengthening the spine out. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, rolling vertebra by vertebra. Roll, 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 all the way up. And hands moving to the front of the room and your space. Inhale, hands coming up high, fingertips above our head. And exhale, cactus open. Inhale, hands moving forward into this prayer in front of us. And exhale, thumbs to nose, touching open into our heart space. And opening wide. Back into our Tadasana. Inhale, fingertips above head. Exhale, coming straight through heart center as we hinge at the hips. Folding down. Moving our feet out just a little bit. And we're going to bring our hands, if you can, underneath the feet. So this might have a really nice bend of the knees that you can reach there. Otherwise, hands up, then bending and fold forward and down. Inhale, lifting up. And then take a breath and go a little bit deeper. Inhale, coming up, hands to ground, knees back underneath. And let's just sit down, bringing our feet out in front of our mat. I'm going to do just a couple of gentle folds to close off. So a nice gentle bend in the knee, lifting the chest up and folding over. Hands might grab your feet, grab wherever. If you can stretch them out a little bit further and you can go flat, perfect. But again, a nice bend in the knees can be perfect in this space for you. Inhale, lifting up. And let's do that one more time, folding the chest forward over our legs. Inhale up, maybe gripping just under the knees and rolling yourself down. So on our back, almost there. Right knee up into chest, holding with our left hand, right hand up to sky, and gently moving the right knee across the body first. If the right knee can touch the ground, great. If it can't, which most people can't, tuck the toes behind the knee to hold it in space. And then bringing the right hand down to the other side. And gaze follows the fingertips. Take a nice breath in here, center and connect in, and coming back to center. Left knee into chest, tuck it up one time, holding with the right hand, left hand up to the sky, and moving the knee across the body first.
in and rolling up to seated position. And then find your space. If you would like another cool down or a longer one, this is a very quick cool down. Please feel free to jump into any other playlists and find something that can just help you calm your body down, cool it down, maybe add a bit more space through your hips or your arms, wherever you need it today. If you just want to chill out and cruise on the mat for a little bit, maybe pause the video and put some music on, whatever is for you. Or if you've got to the end and you feel like doing some of these again, jump back to the high vibes, the medium vibes, or the low vibes and do the whole thing again. Whatever suits you, it's your time, it's your space, and I'm honored that you chose to do it flowing with me. I want to thank you for coming and carving out some time on your mat with me. It's been amazing. I hope the energy of the ocean and the waves and the nice autumn vibes here really translated through the video and help you connect and continue on your day. I want to thank you for flowing with me. It's been an honor as always, and I look forward to flowing again with you soon. Namaste.